Nahi ana urungi te whenua he marakai mo te Papakainga. Yeah, brought some more bark in, creating a point out to the east. Do the same to the west. Going to be planting out some potatoes along here. But here's what we're doing today. We are listening to the land. Ka kōrero te whenua he pāna ki te āhuatanga mo te mara. So we're now listening to the land's telling us things. God is actually, through the whenua, telling us about how the environment functions in the way it talks to us. And so in this case here, we've cleared out this lovely area in here, which will become a mara for us. And along here, the way our trees, our permanent fixtures are growing, they're telling us a story. Anei te kōrero o ngā puanga. So these ferns have given us a shape of a koru. So what we're doing is we're using our rako, our carbon, to create an edging, and then we're just going to put materials from the top, create an edge a metre out from the edging, and putting all our materials inside. And so we're starting to create this, like we're trying to mimic the forest. Whakapaipai te whenua o rite ki te ngāhere, te papa o te ngāhere. But here's look at the rako. So we've got our rako, we've got some ferns here, and there's a shape that's starting to come out. And so the shape is a bit of a koru. We're allowing the land to tell us the shape of it, rather than us imposing anything of what we're wanting. And so, can you see it? We've got ferns here, this beautiful koru that's coming around to a point over here. We've got a nice young one growing over there, and then we're going to shoot off. And we're coming around, and we're allowing the shape of these. And so our rako, at time, we'll just trim them up in this bed. And so we'll have this bed a metre. Coming around and then back around, and so this will come, we can plant our materials inside our mara here. So what we'll do is we're going to utilise our fauna and flora, our existing ones, for both nitrogen fixes. Here we're going to put a little chair in there, or a reflective space, but we're going to utilise this so the shade, we can grow our more softer plants. Just the top there, brother. Doesn't have to go too deep. We want to keep the grass there. Yeah. We can plant out things like herbs, comfrey, other flowering ones, lettuces, some of our brassicas, they all can go in there as well. And then again, we're going to do the same around this cluster of trees. See the shelter that it provides? So in summertime, it's really hot here. See the shelter? There's protection for our tupu, our young seedlings that are growing. So we're going to let the natives carry on. Yeah, okay. And we're just going to build around. So here comes an entry point, build around, and create this beautiful mara that the environment is telling us what it wants, rather than us imposing our will on it. But yeah, keep an eye out, whānau. That's what we're doing here. Our swales, not enough water yet from the rain, but they'll catch water. But in here will be our soft planters, utilising the rako to protect the babies. Alrighty, ka poi. Hei, kia ora ana tātou, he te whānau, he noho nei rungi te Papakainga. Mā take ana te Kaitiaki Māra backyard gardens. Hey whānau, welcome back. For those that are following us on our Kaitiaki Māra projects and our Papakainga development. Well, we came in this morning and we're just tidying up and creating beds that are shaped by our environment, and in particular our permanent trees that are here, both natives. And here's what it looks like. So again, we followed the ferns, they led the pathway and created a path and these are naturally planted. We didn't plant them like this. So it goes, starts from over here, comes around, goes down, comes back and around in there. So we've put an edging using the rako of the whenua. They'll break down as carbon, and then we put bark down. Now we brought in some bark that was up the top on the southern end of our porofita that already got composted down a bit, and there were worms in there. So that became our initial layer that we've got on top of here. We're going to come back tomorrow, mulch all this. There's some other mulch around the side there, lay that down in our other areas over here and over there, and then we will start thinking about planting out vegetables that are suitable for shaded areas. And what this becomes, following the principles of permaculture and thinking about whakapapa and the mauri and the mana and te ao tūro and its influence on us, we are shaping our gardens to the environment, letting the land speak to us first, rather than us trying to submit the land to us. We do it the other way around. And so our first activity is our little fern mara that we have here, and then we can plant out inside it. The only thing we've got to watch out for in our space on here in the whenua is the four-legged little creatures that run around the place, rodents and so forth. One of the boys, we had some tea tree growing up on that mound there, which will turn into a mara as well, so he replanted those onto the edge. So we've now created along here a tree line of natives, which you'll see. So we've got a tree line here that'll eventually grow up and create a canopy, and over here we're creating a mound of materials that we'll plant in. So that mound will build up, the trees will provide shelter. The natural mound that's already there, we're putting grass clippings and so forth on there, which will be another planted area. This pile will disappear eventually. This mound here will do the same. We'll use it as a composting space, so materials break down and then we can utilise that into our mara edging. Now in here there's a natural, kind of like what we were doing over here, we were creating swales and we're going to plant out along there. In here we've actually got a natural flow off area, so we're going to utilise this. We'll have planted materials on this side and planted materials on this side, and the natural seasonal activities of te ao tūro, of our environment, is as the branches fall down, as water comes down, this becomes a catchment area for all our composted material. Every year or so we'll clean this out and put that onto the mara, or put that onto the pile. So on this side of the hill we'll have a mound that follows through here of materials built up, it breaks down, we keep our natives in there, native fauna and flora, and we just build up the material utilising the shape of the environment, because this is a little hill, and we break down our materials along here. So we've got this hill on this side that goes all the way up to our trees, and a water catchment system that flows down here, that'll break down our materials. We're going to put up a like the old pa fence line around here, but we're going to be calling it our, instead of pa, call it pa mara. So we'll have a fence line down here, traditional fence line, going along, around, across the edging, and just to encompass our marakai, but we've got walkways. So this actually becomes a walkway when we're wanting to do stuff in our mara. The fauna and flora will eventually get higher. We'll walk through this, it'll catch the material over maybe once a year, we'll dig up and put into the piles over here. So we've got a nice walkway out. And Audrey's doing the same, cleaning up down here. And we've come down to the bottom part. Okay. So that's what it's looking like. So This part of our mara will be for our soft vegetables, those vegetables that are prone to heat and direct sunlight, so our softer rongoa Māori, hua whenua, likes of brassicas, lettuces, side of things. But yeah, that's the idea. Natural water catchment areas that will create gardening areas. And so here, look at the way these ferns are. So they tell us, okay, that becomes a line. And we'll pile up on the other side. Clean up down here, pile up on the side. And this becomes a nice flat area. Noticed with all the rain on this space down here, it's very soft underfoot, which tells me that this captures water really well in this area here. So we may plant, we're going to do a test, crops that are above the ground here, that are not, they're tolerant to more damper areas, because as we have noticed, water flows down the hill. We're going to use the swales to catch them, to create water plumes underneath, and then down here, well here, we actually have a water plume. And how I know that is all this hill here is green, really lushy. So we'll have a fence line across here, a pā mara going around, pā mara going around, and it just becomes a way of slowing down our rats and mices. Pā mara will come down and go back up through there, weave its way up, and it becomes a fixture for us. It's looking awesome, nice and green here. Anyway, whānau, that's an update for us. Hey, thanks for all your fellow support, and those who are on our channel watching and supporting us, and the comments and the feedback. Hope this is helpful, hope this is encouraging. He kai te rongoa, he rongoa te kai. Food is our medicine is our food. And part of that healing and nourishment space is actually doing the mahi. Ka hoki mātou ki te whenua, ka hoki mātou ki te mara. Ka oro ai te iwi, ka oro ai te tangata, ka oro ai te wairua. Our wairua gets fed when we're grounded. And our whānau are helping us out, you know. Yeah, and they're learning too, you know. Half our team are building their own gardens, been inspired about what we're doing, and so they're doing it themselves. Anyway, whānau, he mihi kau ana ki a koutou e mā take te kāna ki ngā kōrero, i kōrero tia i te ata nei, i te ahi nei. Nō reira tēnā koutou, mihi ana ki a koutou i tēnei wā. If you like to support what we're doing and you're in the northern area, most welcome to come out. We're going to probably look at running wānanga every 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks here on the whenua, doing different projects. If you've got things like lako, wood chips, mulch that you're not finding a way to get rid of, we'd love to have it here. If you've got other things to help in regards to mara, we're going to be planting out our mara in here, some potatoes and kumara at some point. We're going to do this quadrant first. So we've done the pathway down that way, we're doing the pathway this way. Then we're going to do a pathway that way, and then keep te tōngana. But yeah, that's what she's starting to look like. Alright, that's us. Bit of a long corridor. Hey, awesome, eh? Awesome. Feeding our people, setting up wānanga spaces for our whānau. Hoi anō. Ngā mihi. Look at that. It's awesome. Can't help me. Mm-hmm.